it, ladies and gentlemen. We're indeed proud to present that lovely and distinguished actress, Claudette Colbert, who tonight is making her 24th appearance on the Radio Theatre. We have chosen Emlyn Williams' deeply moving play, The Corn is Green, for this illustrious occasion. And as Miss Colbert's co-star, we present that fine young actor, Cameron Mitchell, making his first appearance on our stage. Now, Act 1 of The Corn is Green, starring Claudette Colbert as Miss Moffatt and Cameron Mitchell as Martin Evans. The Welsh countryside, some 50 years ago, an obscure village called Glansarno. There's an old house in Glansarno, long empty, and on this spring afternoon, the new owner has just arrived. Her name is Miss Moffatt, and she's come filled with hopes and determination to open up a school. Waiting for her are two of the villagers, the pure Mr. Jones, Miss Timothy, Miss Sunday.
So I trust you will find everything in order, Miss Moffatt. I will go now.
No, please wait, Mr. Jones. You too, Miss Sunday. Oh, I do thank you both. You've arranged my things splendidly, but I want very specially to talk to you.
Excuse me, Miss Moffatt. Are you saved?
I beg your pardon?
Are you dressed for supper?
I really don't know. Now then, before Mrs. Walker gets here. Mrs. Walker? My housekeeper. She and her daughter are coming from the station with my baggage. Tell me, what's that large empty building next door?
It is the old barn belonging to the Gwalior farm before the farm was burnt down.
Then it's for rent or for sale.
I would think so.
But what has that to do with me, Miss Wander? I'll tell you. We have mutual friends in London, Miss Wander. They told me that you live alone, that you have just enough money, you're educated, and time hangs heavy on your hands.
Oh, how horrid of them.
But isn't it so?
Not at all. Maybe like gentlemen appear.
Miss Wander, if your sister well on in her 30s, that right gentleman is not coming. He's lost his way. So why don't you face the fact and enjoy yourself as I do?
But a woman's only future is to marry, and haven't you ever been in love?
No.
How very odd.
I've never talked to a man for more than 5 minutes without wanting to talk for years. But please do you, Mr. Jones.
My conscience is as clear as the snow.
Oh, I'm sure it is. The windows told me all about you, too. You're a disappointed man, aren't you?
How can I be disappointed when I'm saved?
Oh, but you can. You're frustrated, Mr. Jones, so you fall back on being saved. Am I right?
That's a terrible thing you have said. But I will have to think it over.
But in the meantime, you can stop loafing and be very useful to me. Now, how many families are there around here?
30 families in the village and 15 on the farms around.
Many children.
Oh, children. Here they are children only until they are 12. Then they go to work in the coal mine, and in 1 week they are old men.
How many of them can read and write?
Next to none.
Why do you write? Because I'm going to start a school for them.
A school for them? But what for?
What for? Do you see these books, Miss Wander? Hundreds of them, and something wonderful to read in every single one. When I heard this part of the world was a disgrace to a Christian country, I knew this house was a godsend. I'm going to start a school in that barn next door, and you are going to help me.
Oh, how could you keep so children? I couldn't. They smell.
If we'd never been taught to watch, so would we. As for you, Miss
I am a solicitor's clerk. I earn 30 shillings a week.
I'll give you 34 on your lunch. My uncle left me a little money as well as this house, and I know exactly what I'm going to do with it.
But those children in the mine earn money? How can they afford?
I'll pay their parents 16 miserable pennies they get out of it. And when I finish with you, Miss Ronberry, you won't have time to think about snapping up a husband. And you, Mr. Jones, won't have time to be so pleased that you're saved. Yes?
I do not care if you are not settled. I am with you.
Good. Now sit down. I'll tell you exactly what I have in mind.
I disturbed your supper, Miss Moffatt. But the boys for the evening class, they are in the yard.
Did they write there, I say?
I don't know, Miss Moffatt. One of them has a bottle of rum.
I'll take care of them.
Never mind my tea, Mrs. Watkins. I used to go to please. Stop her.
Later, Watty, later. See that little girl there, swap. Oh, please, sir.
Miss Moffatt is a very unusual woman, Mrs. Waddy.
Terrible, strong-willed, of course. Terrible. He would bring me in Bessie ear. I said no, I said. Not for my past, I said.
Your past?
Before she took me up. But now that I'm going the corpse, he's all blotted out.
The corpse?
The Millicent like his religious corpse. Ran into him in the street I did, cleaning and prying and collecting full glass. I've been a different woman ever since. Are you sorry?
Yes, I am.
So am I. I'm just lovely.
But what was your past?
Like fingers.
Yes?
Everywhere I went. Horrible. All right, Betty. Now, get in here and clear the table before I end. All you boys will do is to go to the pump and wash yourselves. This is my home. It's not a coal mine. Did you understand what I said?
First, can I have a kiss?
What did you say?
First, can I have a
Of course you can. Can I oblige anybody else? Very well then, just see that you wash. Can I have a snuff bomb too? Oh, it's you, Mr. Jones. Mom says I must clear the supper dishes. Mr. Jones. Is it true the school idea is not going on that well?
Who told you that, Bessie dear?
We've been here 6 weeks now and nothing's hardly even started.
Everything is splendid.
Oh, I'm glad. It's not just been true to me, but I don't bear no grudge.
True to you?
He asked me sweeties. He told me the bad for me. Mr. Jones, you like my hair?
It's very becoming. Let's have a young lady, Bessie.
Mr. Jones?
Oh, yes, Miss Moffatt. Oh, the boys, are they still out there?
It's not the boys I'm concerned about, it's the carpenter.
The carpenter?
He just stopped by. When I asked him when he was going to start work on the barn, he told me he has 6 orders not to even discuss it.
Who gave the order, Miss Moffatt?
That's what I want to know. First, that letter from the squire. No child can be released from the mine. Then a request from the tavern in the village. A stew would interfere with beer drinking. A message from the chapel teacher to the effect that I'm the fallen adventurous with clothing and feet. Oh, it's been quite a day.
Yes, I did go. You see the boys? Miss Moffatt?
Poor James, he's terrified of the alien.
Oh, no. Oh, good, teacher. Remember me? Very good evening, ladies.
You do know going outside, then knocking and waiting quite a long while before I say come in.
Oh, very good. Call again, sir.
But it's Miss Moffatt, it's the squire. Just look at me. Mr. Cristobel, I'm rather irritable this evening, so unless there's a reason for your visit.
Oh, but there is. The president has just been dining with me, madam. Sir Herbert Weaver.
Yes?
He's decided he has no use for the barn next door, but he does not fear this school, so he must regretfully, etc.
But he's been tried all along to be just, sir.
Then some big wig must have made him change his mind. Hey, dear Teddy Dog.
Me?
Yeah.
Again?
Just is right off. Not going to have any of this hanky-panky nonsense in my village.
Your village?
My village. All my life, I've done my level best for him. They call me squire, you know. Serve with affection. Jolly puppy. So they jabber away in that 20-year scene, oh, but bless their hearts, the truth comes here. But putting them up to reading English, reading them idea, well, more people like you know, England will be a jolly dangerous place to live in. What's the idea, I say? What's the idea?
I'm beginning to wonder myself.
So, why don't you take up croquet, Miss Moffatt? Keep you out of mischief. Oh, the encouraging is younger.
I'm sorry. But you're not listening. Wait a minute.
Oh.
You're the Squire Bountiful, are you? Adored by his contented subjects. Intelligent and understanding. But I forgot to point out there is a considerable amount of dead ignorance, misery, and discontent abroad in this world, and that a good deal of it is due to people like you.
Okay, good lady. Okay, Pratt.
You're a stupid, conceited, greedy, other-headed nincompoop. And you can go to Blue Blazes.
Yeah. I perceive, madam, that you have been guilty. Have you, Miss Lumberry?
Oh, dear. Well, that was undignified, I know, but I feel pitiful. Well, he must have given you cause, I suppose. Oh, he was kindness itself. He's merely persuaded Sir Herbert not to lease and not to sell the barn. What will you do, Miss Moffatt? Sell the house. Take this brainchild of a ridiculous insolence out of it. What have you filthy exercises doing on my desk?
It is conscience outside. They said last night that Mr. Jones had picked them out because he could write English, and would I mind my own some dreadful word business?
Oh. Yes, the essay, How I Would Spend My Holiday. I must have been mad.
Listen to this one. If I have ever holidays, I have breakfast and bed and talk, then dinner and rest. Tea, then nothing, then supper, then I talk and I go sleep.
From sheer exhaustion, I suppose. Look, this one is illustrated.
But what is supposed to be?
A bicycling tour. With me in blooming. Oh, your squire was right, Ron. I've been a stupid, impractical ass, and I can't imagine how I ever...
Yes, Miss Moffatt?
Oh, listen to this. The mine is dark. If a light come in the mine, the rivers in the mine will run fast with the voice of many women. The walls will fall in, and it will be the end of the world.
Yes, we have watched it completely.
So the mine is dark. But when I walk through there's something. Oh, shaft, I think, yes. When I walk through the shaft, in the dark, I can touch with my hands the leaves on the trees, and underneath, where the corn is green.
Yes, go on reading.
There is a wind in the shaft, not the carbon monoxide they talk about. It smells like the sea, only like as if the sea had fresh flowers lying about. And that is my holiday. See what this is wondering.
What's the matter with it?
Did you like it?
What's the matter with it?
Take your cap off. The spelling is deplorable. Mine with two N's and leaf, L-E-F-S.
Well, what was it, Barai?
A V for one thing.
I never heard of no V's, miss.
And don't call me miss.
Oh, are you not a miss?
Yes, I am, but it's not polite.
Oh.
You say yes, Miss Moffatt, or no, Miss Moffatt? M-O-F-F-A-T.
No V's.
No V. Where do you live?
Cinnamon, Miss Moffatt, 4 miles from here.
And how big is it?
Oh, 4 houses on a bureau.
Have you any hobbies?
Oh, yes.
What?
Yes, miss. Room.
Put that bottle away. Do you live with your parents?
No, by my own self. My mother's dead, my father, and my 4 big brothers were in the big soft accident when I was 10 years.
Really?
Oh, yes. Everybody was.
Who taught you to read and write?
What?
Taught. The verb to teach.
Oh, teach.
Who taught you?
I did.
Why?
I don't know. Can I go now?
No. Now tell me, do you want to learn any more?
No, thank you.
Why not?
Huh. The others would have a good laugh.
Oh, I see. Have you ever written anything before this exercise?
No.
Why not?
Nobody never asked me to. What's the matter with it?
Nothing's the matter with it. It shows you may be very clever.
Oh.
Have you ever been told that before?
No, it's news to me.
What effect does that news have on you?
It's a bit sudden. makes me feel that I want to know what is behind all of them books here.
Can you come tomorrow, 5 o'clock?
Not before 7, Miss. 2 miles to walk.
7, then. That will be all. Good night.
You're not Miss Moffatt.
Oh, are you the one I spanked?
I am the one, Miss Moffatt.
Miss Longdale, Mr. Jones, come in here. Yes? Oh, I feel such a fool. It doesn't matter about the barn next door. Looks like the school here in this room. I'm the squire. I'm going to get those boys out of that mine if I have to black my face and fetch them up from the pit myself. Ring the bell, Mr. Jones. The bell, Miss Moffatt, ring it. I want the squire to hear it clear the 70 hall. And when I walk in the dark, I can touch with my hands where the corn is green.
Nuts here, and I'd like to do a flashy commercial on boating. Music, please. Don't forget to fill out your federal postcard application correctly. Thank you very much, thank you. Act 2 of The Coroner's Green, starring Claudette Colbert as Miss Moffatt and Cameron Mitchell as Morgan Evans, with Margaret Brewster as Mrs. Watkins. 2 years have gone by. Miss Moffatt's school has become an accepted part of the little Welsh village, although still without the blessing of the squire. And the most promising student is the young coal miner, Morgan Evans.
I have my history formation, Miss Moffatt.
9 pages, and I told you 6. And for heaven's sake, Evans, what's your spelling?
Yes, Miss Moffatt.
Have you got those lines of Voltaire?
I think so, Miss Moffatt.
Then go for your walk now. Good and brisk, and be back in an hour.
Yes, Miss Moffatt.
And take your pen from behind your ear. That's a nice boy. Turn us on the floor.
Cristobel, knock your block off. You let me alone.
Miss Moffatt, all this ordering you about. I think you're getting sick of it.
Am I? So what else do you think?
I think that when she tells you to take a walk, you don't take a walk. I think you stop in the village, standing up at the bar, drinking rum.
Right, Aunt. Well, why don't you tell her then? Because that's just where I'm going north. Order talk, Miss Moffatt. No sign of Morgan?
I sent him for a walk, Mr. Jones. Brush the cobwebs from his mind and give him a chance to memorize his Voltaire. Oh, I hope he's not going to be slow at friends. 2 years ago, we scarcely knew English. That's the wonder of it, Miss Longdale. Morgan Evans has the most brilliantly receptive mind I've ever come across. Don't tell him so, but... That you, Bessie? I thought you were in your room studying. I don't feel good. Oh, poor Bessie. Come here, dear. It's all this sitting down, Miss Rondley. Studying at a desk. For 2 years now. I heard again that everything rotten away. What's rotting away? Bessie says she's been sitting down for 2 years. She's lucky. What are these brothers wrong? More bills, I fear. Oh, the new desk in that seat for Evans. Well, I'll sell a couple more pairs of stock. Oh, not again. Why not? It's easy. Oh, Bessie Watty, what is this dying duck business? All these lessons is bad for my inside. What's the matter with your inside? It goes round and round through sitting down. There is nothing to prevent you from going for walks between lessons. You can go for one right now to the post office. Well, go on. I'm not going. What did you say? I'm not going. Everybody's against me. I'm going to throw myself off a cliff and kill myself. Oh, I'm very glad to still. Mark my words. This week you're going upstairs, and next week you're going to leave this house and go to work. You will, girl. Mark The squire's coming. The squire? Then he has done. Listen, Mr. Squire. But he hasn't been missing such absolutely 2 years ago. Oh, I behaved more stupidly that night than I ever have in my life, and that's saying something. Now, run, both of you. But why is he here? Oh, I can tell you, it has to do with Evans, and it's vital I make the right impression. What sort of an impression? Helpless and clinging. Oh, quickly, run. Just disappear. Why, how wonderfully kind of you to stop by.
Well, you wrote me a note, you know. Not here to be insulted again, though. Call me an addle-headed nincompoop, you know.
How can you ever forgive me?
God knows I have.
Tell me, Squire, how did your prize-winning play at the croquet this afternoon?
A lot of boy, you know.
But I heard you make such an amusing speech.
Did they tell you about that? They thought Biffy the butcher was going to laugh his full napper off.
You know that makes me rather proud.
Proud? Why?
Because Beckles the butcher would not have understood a word if his little girls hadn't learned English here at my school.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Oh, dear.
Headache.
Squire, you see before you a tired woman. We live and learn. And I have learned how right you were that night.
But I heard you were missing success here.
No. You see, in womanly enthusiasm, one forgets that the qualities vital to success are intelligence, courage, and authority. In short, the qualities of a man.
Come, after all, you meant well, I suppose.
It's so kind of you to say that, and I have no right to burden you. But you see, my problem is one of your younger tenants, one of your former miners.
Giving you trouble, eh? What you been up to? Cocaine?
Oh, no.
It's a muslin.
Muslin?
The little cockney silly, perhaps.
But does he want it? Oh, no. Oh, no, I assure you. No, the problem is just more than Evans himself. And like a true woman, Clara, I have to scream to you for help.
Scream away, dear lady, scream away.
Well, he's clever. To begin with, he can write. He was born with very exceptional gifts, and they must be, they ought to be given every time.
You mean he might turn into a literary bloke?
He might, yes.
And bloke, how'd you know?
By his work, it's very good.
How'd you know it's good?
How does one know Shakespeare is good?
Shakespeare? What's he got to do with it?
Well, he was a literary bloke, too. This young tenant of yours has it in him to bring great credit to his firm. Imagine if you could say that you had known, well, say Shakespeare as a boy on your estate.
Rather remark, what?
Just look in this book, Squire, the inscription. To the Right Honorable Earl of Southampton, your honors in all duty, William Shakespeare. I often think of the pride that surged in the Earl's bosom when his encouragement to Shakespeare gave birth to the masterpiece of a poor and humble writer.
Well, if the boy's really clever, it's a pity for me not to do something about it, huh?
A great pity. And I can tell you exactly how you can do something about it.
Buzz on, dear teacher, buzz.
Well, there's a scholarship open.
Oh.
A scholarship to Oxford.
Oxford?
They've agreed to allow Morgan Evans to compete on one condition that you vouch for him.
My dear lady, you take the case. Oxford? Can't he be just as clever at home?
No, he can't. The sort of future he could have, the background of the university is absolutely essential.
Impossible. Hang it all, he'll never get it.
Oh, but he must have the chance.
Still, the mere prospect of one of my minors.
For Shakespeare, Squire, the Earl.
All serene, dear lady, all serene. I'll drop a line to those Oxford chaps next week. Robin, what?
Oh, I should be most obliged if you wrote the letter tomorrow. Wouldn't you like me to draft a recommendation? You must be so busy with
I am, rather. Poker supper tomorrow night, you know. Yes, do that. Goodbye, dear lady.
Oh, thank you so very much, Squire.
Happier conditions and all that. Glad you come to your senses.
Now? Lord, that man is so stupid, it sits on his head like a halo. What happened? In 5 minutes, I have given the squire the impression that he spent his whole time fostering genius in the illiterate. I'm entering our Pictoni for a scholarship run. Oxford. Hallelujah!
Yes, Miss Moffatt?
Oh, come in, Evans. Well, I'm starting you on Greek next Monday.
Greek?
You need it. Evans, I'm putting you in for a scholarship at Oxford.
Oxford? Where the Lords go?
The same. Oh, and Evans, this is the nail file I mentioned. I'll show you how to use it.
I shall not need Greek or a nail file in a coal mine.
In the coal mine?
I'm going back to the mine. I do not want to learn Greek, nor to pronounce any long English words, nor to keep my hands clean.
What's the matter with you? Why not?
Because I was born in a Welsh hayfield when my mother was helping with the harvest. And I have always lived in a house with no stairs, only a ladder and no water. And until my brothers were killed, I never sleep except 3 in a bed. Now, I know that's terrible grammar, but it's true.
What on earth has 3 in a bed got to do with learning Greek?
It has a lot. A lot. Trying to better myself. You cannot take a nail file in a public bar, Miss Moffatt.
I never heard anything so ridiculous. Besides, you don't go to a public bar.
Yes, I do. Every afternoon for a week. Spending your pocket money.
I had no idea you felt like this.
Because you are not interested in me.
Not interested in you?
Miss Moffatt, how can you be interested in a machine that you put a penny in and if nothing come out, you give it a shake? Evans, write your essay. Evans, sit up and bowl. Evans, what's the subjunctive? Do you know what they call me in the village? No? The school teacher's little dog. What has it got to do with you if my nails are dirty? You mind your own business.
I never meant you to know this. I have spent money on you. I don't mind that money should be spent. But time is different. You're as old as I am. 2 years is valuable currency. I have spent 2 years on you. Ever since that first day, the mainspring of this school has been your career. Sometimes in the middle of the night, when I have been desperately tired, I've lain awake making plans, large and small, sensible and silly. Plans for you. You tell me I have no interest.
No.
If I say any more, I shall start to cry. I haven't cried since I was younger than you are. Now, I'd never forgive you for that. I'm going for a walk. I don't like this sort of conversation. If you want to go on, do it till tomorrow. If not, don't.
I don't want your money. And I don't want your time. And I don't want to be thankful to no strange woman for nothing.
I don't understand it, really.
Moffatt has gone for a walk. I said, so Miss Moffatt has gone for a walk.
I don't feel like talking.
I heard you. You and all.
Mind your own business.
I don't. I like to know about everything. I like to learn all the things I like. I'm going away soon. Miss Moffatt's sending me away.
Why?
Will you miss me, Morgan?
I don't know.
You know, you was quite right to put her in your place. Let a chap like you learning lessons off a woman.
That's right.
You don't have to go to Oxford. Let a chap like you.
That's right.
What a man wants is a vicar. Seems to see.
Come here.
Yes, Morgan. Oh, just think, Mrs. Waters, the morning we've waited for has come. Morgan Evans did the entrance examination for Oxford. Oh, what if he had gone back back to the mine last autumn after that dreadful scene with Miss Moffatt. It was a rum, miss. Just a rum. Dear me, the squire should be here by now. What's the squire coming for? Did you make this call? What was that? The university appointed the squire and Miss Moffatt to watch him so he cannot see. What a shame. I almost forgot. For you, Miss Watty, a card from Berkeley. Oh, again. But she's been gone for weeks. Do you not miss her, Mrs. Watty? No. I don't like her, you know. Never have. That's your own sister. I know, but I've just never been able to take to her. The very first time I saw her, I said, no. Well, it's stopped snowing, Ron. They should be there soon, Morgan and the Squire. Oh, Miss Moffatt, would it not be splendid if he won? 2 years isn't enough, Ron. Not even for him. He'll have strong candidates against him, boys from good schools. It all depends on how much the examiners will appreciate a highly original intelligence. But wouldn't it be exciting? It would be a wonderful thing for him. It would be a wonderful thing for rural education all over the country. And most of all, it would be a wonderful thing for you. You know, I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about Henry VIII. I have a feeling there may be a question about the old boy and the papacy. I'd better cram 1 or 2 facts into him before he starts. Oh, he must, Ernest. He must. Moffatt? Yes, Mr. Jones? He's come back, Miss Moffatt. Bessie, she's here. Aren't I there? Oh, but it cannot be you. Your mother just received a card. Well, Bessie, this is unexpected. Isn't it, Jack? Your mother's in the kitchen. Who's here to see Mum? Then why are you here? Questions and answers, just like school again. You I've come to see. Perhaps we had better retire to the study, Miss Lumberly. Oh, yes. Very well, Bessie. I can give you exactly 1 minute of my time. Why? Morgan Evans is sitting for his Oxford examination this morning. Well, he needn't. He won't ever be going to Oxford. And why not? Because there's going to be a little stranger. I'm going to have a little stranger. You're lying. And if you don't believe it's Morgan Evans, you just ask him. Ask him about that time you locked me up. Then I shared words with him. Oh, ordering him about as if he has no human feelings. You just ask him. Oh, what can I see before? Does he know? I've come to tell him. And he'll have to marry me, of course, or I'll show him up. After all, the little stranger. Stop saying little stranger. If you're going to have a baby, then call it a baby. Have you told anybody? Mr. Jones is all. Why is coming up the road with Morgan? I'll wait for him here. You listen to me. For the next 3 hours, Morgan Evans is not going to be disturbed. You're not going to see him. You can't bully me the way I am. Hasn't sunk in yet, has it? I'm teaching you something, am I? You are going into the kitchen, Bessie, to see your mother. You will then go upstairs, and as soon as the examination is finished, we will talk it all over when we're a little more calm. Dear, I got to see you. You try to disobey. If you mention this to anybody before we've had that talk, even your mother, I shall strike you so hard that I shall probably kill you. I mean every word of it. I don't mind. 3 hours will go soon enough. Oh, Squire, I'm so sorry. How kind of you. It's such a dreadful day.
Not at all, Mrs. Pedagogue. Anything for a law.
Sit down, Morgan. The questions are in this envelope. Now, before I break the seal, I have a feeling they may bring up Henry VIII. I've written down a couple of dates. Here, memorize them.
Yes, Miss Moffatt. Glad it isn't me. Really quite stupid, you know.
Please, Squire. Now, Morgan, just don't get it stupid.
No.
You're illegible.
No. But aren't you going to wish my protégé good fortune?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Ready?
Ready.
This is your examination. Go to work.
Miss Moffatt,
Yes?
the very first question. Henry VIII.
We'll be hearing Act 3 of The Coroner's Green in a moment.
You know, I read a story some time ago that made me realize that there can be heroes of peace as well as heroes of war. It was about a husky MC in Tokyo named Earl S. Whitney, Jr. He'd been supporting two war orphans, a Chinese and a Japanese, for 3 years on a private pay. He took little Fan Tung, aged 13, under his wing first when the Chinese lad began hanging around the Tokyo base. Whitney rented a place for Fan Tung and took over the duties of a father. Then Hiroyama Chokichi, aged 15, came along, and Whitney spread the other wing for him. For 3 years, he fed, educated, maintained, and clothed the pair. And then he took on a night job in a service club to earn some extra change. He needed it. His army pay was $111.90 a month, and he spent about $100 a month on his 2 kids. He called the boys Mickey and Jimmy Whitney, and hoped that someday they'd all wind up at his home back in Southern California. But in the meantime, even though he was only a private in the Army, he was a real hero to those 2 war orphans. And it all goes to prove that such acts by you and your friends today are shaping our world of tomorrow.
It's midsummer now. 7 months since Morgan Evans took the examination for Oxford. 7 months since Bessie Watty suddenly returned, and just as suddenly disappeared again without seeing Morgan. All week, Morgan's been far from the village, in Oxford, waiting word of his success or failure.
How can you be so calm, Mr. Jones? Didn't you know the whole village is down at the railway to meet him?
That's true.
Oh, if he hasn't won, it will break her heart.
You would feel it so keen as all that?
I used not to think so. But since his examination day, they have been so much better friends. It has been a pleasure just to hear them conversing. Any news, Mr. Jones?
Not yet, Miss Moffatt.
Where's the squire?
To the railway, but with the rest of them.
You do not appear nervous. I'm past being nervous, Ron. If he has won, I shan't believe it flatly. And if he has lost? If he has lost, we must proceed if nothing has happened. Meantime, Mr. Jones, your report is on your desk. It's on very form 2 waiting for you. Yes, Miss Moffatt. Yes, here you are. Morgan.
I knew they'd be watching for me, so I got off at Sun Moffatt.
Does that mean?
I have no news, one way or another, except I'm no longer hopeful.
Oh, why not?
Well, they talked to me for oral examinations. They jumped down hard on the New Testament, as you said. You are very pale.
Better than a raging fever. Go on.
Well, I spent 10 minutes explaining why St. Paul sailed from a town 300 miles inland.
Oh, dear. And the French?
Not good. I said, naturellement, to everything, but it did not fit every time.
Did the president send for you?
He did. He asked if I had ever had strong drink, and I looked him straight in the eye and said, no. I was terribly nervous. My collar flew open. He didn't seem impressed with me at all. And then as I was leaving, he appeared to be sorry for me in some way, and I received the impression that I failed.
When shall we know?
Today, tomorrow, the next day. They'll send you the word. Failed. What I cannot even talk about.
But we must talk about it. You faced the idea of failure the day you left for Oxford.
But no, I've been to Oxford and come back from the world. Since the day I was born, I've been a prisoner behind a stone wall. And now somebody has given me a leg up to have a look at the other side. They cannot drag me back again. They cannot. They must give me a push and send me over.
I've never heard you talk so much since I've known you.
Let's just it. I can talk now. The 3 days I've been there, I've been talking my head off. My second night there, I took a walk. There was a moon up. Not the same moon I've seen here. A different place altogether. All of a sudden, with one big rush against that moon, I saw this place again. You and I were sitting here studying, and all those books and everything I've ever learned from those books and from you was lighted up like a magic lantern. Rome, Greece, Shakespeare, Carlyle, Milton, everything had a meaning. Because I was in a new world. And so it came to me while you worked like a slave to make me ready for this scholarship. I have finished.
I didn't want you to stop.
I have not been drinking, Miss Moffatt.
I know.
I can talk to you too now.
Yes, I'm glad.
I am finding this raising a definite strain, telling the lad they'll send the results through the post. Where is he? Still eating?
And Miss Moffatt says, please no questions, finish through.
Whenever that will be, the young man will start to... Hello.
Becky, just exactly it.
How'd you do?
How are you, Squire? Blooming?
What to do?
3 days ago, she sent money to you. Did you not receive the letter?
Yes, I did. And all the others till I was sick of it.
What is all this?
I'm here to congratulate a certain young gent in case he's won that scholarship.
No.
What has that got to do with you? You see, Miss Broadway, it's like
Please
this.
don't say.
4 weeks ago yesterday, I had a baby.
You had a what?
Baby. 7 pounds, 9 ounces.
Good heavens, how ghastly.
But I've just come for the... Hello, Mum.
My, you do look a dolly mop. And where have you been all these months and doing what, I'd like to know?
Turning you into a granny.
A granny? Well, thanks.
He's coming, Miss Moffatt.
So close the door, Morgan, and have a good sleep. Later we can...
Hello, Miss Moffatt. I've just been telling him, you know what.
Now I think it's time you told us who the fellow is. Proceedings, that's what. I will take proceedings.
That's my business. Who is it? Listen to me, Bessie. I'll pay you anything. Anything.
It's no good, Miss Moffatt. It's Morgan Evans.
Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, man. I've been dreading this for months. In a way, it's a relief.
Well, there is he. I got a 4-week-old baby, and I haven't got a husband to keep him.
I'll call him.
There's no need to call him. I am willing to marry her, bestowing on the infant every advantage by bringing it up as a Baptist.
You'd like that, Miss Moffatt, wouldn't you? Oh, I'd like to oblige, really, but I couldn't. Besides, my friends would be furious. What friends? Ever such a nice gentleman, Mom, quite a swell.
I have never heard such a conversation outside a police car.
I suppose you wouldn't care to marry me.
Good question.
Doesn't this friend of yours want to marry you?
Don't talk of anything else. Only he won't have the baby. So I've decided to give up my friend and marry Morgan Evans. Unless Mr. Jones would consider the baby without me. The baby without you? Your own child? What about your mother, love? I haven't got any, didn't you know? Oh, what a thing to say. I cannot remain here another minute.
You want to make Morgan Evans marry you on the chance he will become fond enough of the child to ensure its future. Then your conscience will be clear, and later you can go off on your own.
I shouldn't be surprised at all.
Meanwhile, it's worthwhile to ruin a boy on the threshold of... Oh, there must be a way out. There must be.
And bless his mother, I got this.
What?
Why can't you adopt it?
Mrs. Watson, don't be ridiculous.
Would that do you, Bessie? Would it? Yes, it would.
What would I do with a baby? I don't even know what they look like.
Oh, they're lovely little things. Now it's all right.
Oh, stop it, is what he sent her.
Oh, do please. It'll put everything to rights. He might grow up like his father, you know, and turn out quite nice.
But it's mad. You're the grandmother, wasn't surely?
Oh, I couldn't. Now, I don't bear it no ill will, but every penny I get goes to the court. You're the one, dear. Really you are.
Bessie Watson, you mean that if I do not adopt this child...
I will have to tell Morgan Evans and he will ask to marry me. I swear that.
And if I do...
Then I swear he'll never know a thing about it.
Then I give in.
Oh, that's lovely. My friend will be pleased. Well, I'll toddle along then and we'll arrange details later, shall we? I only did it to spite you, you know. Well, that's Cristobel.
For which we must be very truly thankful. For which... Morgan?
Has she gone?
Why?
The squire just told me.
Oh,
He thought I knew. Then he said it was for the best, that I ought to be told. Why? Why should this happen?
there is no need for you to upset yourself. Miss Moffatt is going to take care of the...
What?
I'm going to adopt it.
And what do you take me for?
Then what would you like to do?
What would I like to do? It's not a question of what I would like to do. It's what I'm going to do. I'm going to marry her, and that's final.
I knew this would happen. Answer it, Walton. No, I'll go. It made it a squire, and I don't want him here. Oh, thank you. It's a telegram. From Oxford. You have won the scholarship, Morgan.
Come along with me, Mr. Jones, and I'll make you a lovely cup of tea. Come, sir.
Oh, what's the use in women?
Morgan. Now look at me. If ever anybody has stood at the crossroads, you are now.
It's no use, Miss Moffatt. I'm going to marry her.
I'm going to speak to you very simply, Morgan. I want you to change suddenly from a boy to a man. Now, I understand this is a great shock to you, but I want you to throw off this passionate obstinacy to do the right thing. Did you ever promise her marriage?
No,
Did you
never.
ever tell her that you loved her?
No, but it makes no difference. There is a child living and breathing on this earth because of me, and I cannot turn from that fact.
But don't you know that she has her own plans and she doesn't want the child? If you marry her, you know what will happen, don't you? You will go back to the mine. In a year, she will have left you both. You will be drinking again, and this time you will not stop.
That does not alter the fact that I have a duty to them both.
Yes, you have a duty. But it's not to this loose little lady.
You mean a duty to you?
No. A year ago, I might have said a duty to me. But that night you showed your teeth, you gave me a lot to think about. You caught me unaware, and I gave you the worst possible answer back. I turned sorry to myself and taunted you with ingratitude. I thought I was a fool not to realize that a debt of gratitude is the most humiliating debt of all. That a little show of affection would have wiped it out. Morgan, I offer you that affection today.
Why are you saying this to me, no?
Because as the moments are passing, and I am going to get my way, I know that I'm never going to see you again.
Never again? But why?
If you're not to marry her, it would be madness for you to come in contact with the child. So if I'm adopting the child, you can never come to see me. Common sense, Morgan. You've been given the push over the wall you asked for.
But you will be staying here. Oh, can I never come back after everything you've done for me?
Morgan. Every morning when I take my walk, up there where the valley suddenly drops here, you know the place?
Yes.
I have found myself thinking of you, working for this scholarship and winning it, and I have experienced a feeling of complete happiness. I shall experience it again. You have no duty to me, Morgan. Your only duty is to the world.
The world?
Now that you're going, there's no harm in telling you something. I don't think you realize what your future can become if you give it a chance. You could become a great man of our country. If a light come into the mine, you said, remember?
Yes.
Make that light come into the mine, and someday free these children. And Morgan, you could be more, much more. You could be a man for a future nation to be proud of. Perhaps I'm mad, I don't know. It's up to you.
I do not know what to say. I have been so much time in this room.
The lessons are over, Morgan.
I shall always remember.
Well, I'm glad you think you will.
Please, Miss Moffatt.
Yes, it will.
The band is out and H.P. Morgan got to come to town hall.
Jim Joe.
Now, please, man, please. They never forgive you.
Goodbye, Morgan.
I am so... I cannot talk.
Johnny. It's all over.
Johnny, this is the place cool day off with the morning. Down the soft Irish funeral.
Yes. 9 o'clock. Same as usual.
In a moment, our stars will return. Letters that come to this show from servicemen bear postmarks from all over the world, and it's plain to see that they're having a wonderful opportunity to observe new customs and traditions among people of other lands. They're finding out, too, that these ideas of other people aren't so strange after all. For instance, in Fécamp in northern France, most of the men of the village are fishermen. Before venturing out to sea, they gather in the Notre-Dame de Salute Church to make their devotions, seeking divine guidance for a successful trip and safe return. Benediction services are held also in other parts of France, in England and Newfoundland, in Greece and Italy. They're of a religious nature, but fishermen are pretty superstitious, too. Many of them will refuse to join a ship that doesn't have a mascot, and some refuse to sail on certain days or when the tide is running a certain way. I just don't think it'll be lucky for them. Well, all this might sound strange, but as our servicemen have observed, we have our own traditions about the sea. In some cases, these are religious, too, such as the services that are held in San Diego and Wilmington, California, at New Orleans and other fishing centers of Louisiana. We have other customs as far as luck is concerned. The christening of a ship by breaking a bottle of wine or water over its bow. The carrying of a dog, cat, or other animal as a mascot. And the ritual still exists when crossing the equator of initiating the first-timers, introducing them to King Neptune, the royal chaplain, the surgeon, the barber, and the royal baby. It's an enduring custom that dates back into antiquity, when men in all seriousness paid homage to the sea gods. These things are part of our culture, and they have their equivalents among the customs and traditions of other people. The way of doing things may be different, but the ideals are the same. And our servicemen are helping to maintain goodwill between us and the people of other countries by observing these customs, by learning about them, and by honoring them. Now, here's Mr. Carey Wilson with our stars.
And we welcome them back to the footlights, Claudette, Colbert, and Cameron Mitchell. Claudette, I really am impressed. 24 appearances on the radio theater. Did you repeat some of your pictures several times?
No. The only picture we ever repeated was Family Honeymoon. I did that twice.
Well, I'm not only impressed, Terry, I'm completely discouraged. Imagine starring in all those pictures.
But your career is zooming ahead, Cam. Let me tell you about next week's play. It's the light-hearted, romantic adventure of a glamorous young model who finds her entire life rearranged by a chance encounter with a marriage broker. Yes, it's that hilarious hit from 20th Century Fox, The Model and the Marriage Broker.